What's going on, champs and chambettes? It's FireMonkey here, and in today's YouTube video, we have to talk about the man, the myth, the legend himself, Cypher PK, because we actually got some very interesting news regarding his Icon Series set, which includes a new addition to his bundle, and of course some changes to the cosmetics already in the set itself. So let's start off today's video by actually talking about the cosmetic changes, just because they're real quick. Simply put, the Oni's Curse backbling now has the option to turn on the full reactive variant by default, so instead of having to either watch it slowly get reactive over to the purple style or have reactivity completely turned off, you can have it fully reactive, right? You can use this variant right from the get-go, and I think that is a very nice change. And on top of that, the same thing can be said about the Cypher's well, hold on, give me a second here. The Cypher's I can't even say the name. The Scimitar? I don't know. But you could actually use the fully reactive variant now on the pickaxe as well, instead of having to either turn it off or having to slowly watch it evolve over time. Both of these, I think, are just very nice changes because they go along with the skin, right? Because, I mean, like, this variant looks super cool. The backbling looks super cool. And we have the option to go fully reactive with the skin itself, but we just never have that option with the actual backbling or pickaxes or anything. So it's nice to see that Epic Games is still putting in extra support for this bundle, you know, making sure that there's these extra love and care put into things so that we can actually use the whole entire situation. You know, we can use the whole entire set, but they are going to be getting a change to their locker bundle very soon. Firstly, the wrap that was originally only a Twitch drop is going to be rewarded to anyone who actually not rewarded, but it's going to be added to the locker bundle. So if you missed out on grabbing this wrap when it was available via Twitch for free, you will be able to purchase it now, and it will forever be a part of that bundle going forwards, meaning that anywhere from like now to like a million years from now, right? If you want to purchase this wrap, you will be able to. It will be in the item shop, and that option's always going to be available for you, which I think is just a nice thing to see overall. You know, a nice little change for them to make to the whole entire set. But earlier today, Cypher PK has actually announced something very interesting regarding their set, so let's go ahead and play this video for you guys. Now, I am going to, you know, turn the audio and everything on here. I'm going to lower it a little bit. While this plays, though, I do want to tell you guys that this wasn't made by Fortnite. The little cinematic you're seeing here, this was made by Cypher PK's team, Oni Studios. And a lot of people were saying that, you know, like, this definitely was like an interesting trailer, and it's very hyped to see him getting so many trailers made by his team and made by Epic even, for all the different changes to his bundles, to all the icon sets, you know, whatever else is going on. And it's just a nice way for him to hype up everything that's happening with just the whole entire Fortnite realm of stuff revolving him, I guess. So, you know, we get this pretty sick introduction. I'm just going to let the rest of the video kind of play for itself. But I just think that, you know, this was an awesome way for him to tease the glider coming to the game and everything just going on with it. I mean, just look at this. Like, okay, right? I think it looks sick, right? And then, of course, right here, it tells you that the actual locker bundle is going to be available in the item shop again in 2 days on February 4th. So if you want to pick it up, you'll be able to pick it up then. Now, some questions you may have regarding this is, you know, just some simple stuff like what the glider animation is. So I'm going to be showing both of those in the background while we talk about it. This is what the glider animation is, what it looks like and everything when you're deploying it. I like how it kind of like spawns in as you deploy it. And it has, you know, the normal riding design or whatever, but it still is a pretty sick glider. And then, of course, you know, we have the purple variant as well. Now, this is something that is, you know, very sick to get and everything, and they're doing something very interesting with it, what I'll ramble on about towards the end of the video. But something I want to mention is, let's say you've already purchased this glider before, right? Let's say you've purchased this bundle in the item shop before the glider got added, or before the wrap got added to the bundle. Well, you will still be able to purchase the bundle again, however, you will not be given the glider or wrap for free. This is a question I've been seeing a lot of, because you're like, what if I've already bought the bundle? You won't be getting the glider for free, you won't be getting the wrap for free. You'll have to buy them from the bundle or individually. However, because you've already bought the bundle before, that bundle is going to be heavily discounted. So who knows, maybe it'll only be like 200 V-Bucks for this glider or something crazy like that, just because of how much of it you'll technically already own. Since you already own the skin, you already own the backbling and pickaxe. So I could definitely see it being a very, very cheap bundle for people who already supported Cypher PK in the past. Now, let's go ahead and hop into a match of Fortnite while I ramble on about some other things that are actually going on with the Cypher PK announcement, such as a very interesting thing Epic Games is doing to prevent leaks when it comes to stuff like this. So you may have noticed that when it came to the Shigoki glider, all of the images and videos we showed were from Cypher PK's live stream itself, instead of from leakers going into like a private server or something and trying to view the cosmetics in game. The reason why is because Epic Games has been testing and working on a new system, which this is the first time they've ever used it, where they can grant the AES key, which is basically the encrypted key to view certain cosmetics in the files, to only specific accounts, so only those accounts can see it. Now, this happened with CypherPK, meaning that, despite the fact that no one except CypherPK has this decryption, they are able to launch the game themselves on normal Fortnite and play with their own glider a little bit early. The downside to this, however, is that when they're playing in normal matches like, Battle Royale or whatever, other players won't see their free cosmetics or, their cosmetics early, right? They won't see the glider in game, and instead, because of CypherPK being the only person with the actual encryption key, the AES key, everyone will just see the normal default glider, while CypherPK gets this very unique animated glider that is part of their set that they're able to mess around with. So it's a very interesting situation where Epic Games can now grant AES keys to specific Fortnite accounts, allowing for these accounts to actually be the only ones to use the cosmetics early, that way to, help prevent leaks or whatever, which then again, there was a whole entire leaker issue recently with the glider, and it's just a whole entire situation where it's like, hey, in the future, if they, expand this even further, they can make it so that people could have whole entire cosmetic sets early, and nobody else would be able to see it except for those people who got it early, so, it'd be like only those people were able to do their own, like, showcases or whatever else. It's like there is a pro and a con to it, where it's like, on the pro side, it helps, prevent certain things from being leaked early, it helps prevent it where, only the people who got given those things can see them early and all that stuff, but on the con side, whenever you go into a match using these early cosmetics, no one's going to be able to see it except for you and whoever else got those cosmetics early, so it's a little bit of an iffy situation, but at the same time, it makes sense, especially for like an Icon series thing like this. I could see them doing it more often, but when it comes to more of the smaller collaborations or whatever, like, the ones that give creators early, just like that are in the program, I could see them refraining from doing this AES key system just because they want to let those creators show it off to their friends or whatever else when they're making content on it. So it is something that's going to evolve over time, especially in the Fortnite leaking scene, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens with this whole situation as time just goes forwards and time goes on with the whole entire Fortnite leaks and everything else going on like it. But it was still nice to see CypherPK, got their glider in the game, and they have the wrap added to the bundle and everything else, and that'll be available very soon. However, I do kind of need to apologize for something. I made a mistake, right? The other day, or a day or two ago, when CypherPK made their announcement over on Twitter regarding their locker bundle, or, regarding just everything in general, they were like, oh, tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern time, we're going to be hyping up and, announcing this thing or whatever. I wasn't aware of that tweet, but I had gotten information, I got sent an image of the bundle asset being updated, so I was like, okay, there's this update going on here, let me go ahead and just make a tweet, because I wasn't thinking about it, right? And I accidentally leaked the glider early, because, I just wasn't thinking, and I apologize to Cypher, right? I've already talked to Cypher, and, I've sent, like, a formal apologies and everything to them, we're chill and everything, but it still is, kind of a sucky situation, because Epic Games could have encrypted that shop asset and everything, and just decrypted it when the blocker bundle returned, but instead it was just kind of in the files for any leaker to see, and it kind of spoiled the announcement in a way. So, I just wanted to do another little apology publicly here, saying, I messed up, I accidentally leaked CypherPK's glider a little bit early, and, I wanted to apologize for it. Of course, I've apologized to him and DMs, to be honest, like 4 or 5 times now, because I just felt bad about everything, but that is kind of the way Fortnite leaks go, right? You end up doing stuff, you end up leaking a lot of things, and then you end up accidentally leaking stuff you weren't supposed to leak. But yeah, it's a little bit of a recap to end off today's YouTube video. CypherPK's Locker Bundle will be returning in 2 days to the item shop with a brand new glider and wrap added to the actual set. And now the wrap isn't new, but it was never sold in the item shop before. And both of these cosmetics will forever be in the bundle, so if it ever returns again in the future, you'll be able to purchase them once again. And it's just a nice way for, CypherPK to kind of like prolong the hype and have 2 hyped up announcements regarding other Icon series stuff instead of just, the main one being like, hey, this stuff's in the game now. Thumbs up, right? And I think that's a pretty cool thing to see, just because it allows him to have more of a special moment with his community more often. And with that said, with everything, mentioned, I think that's all we got to talk about for today's YouTube video. If you plan on picking up the CypherPK cosmetics when they return in the item shop on the 4th, consider using code CypherPK to support them. I wasn't told to say that, but you know what? It's like, you might as well, right? I've messed up, and it is CypherPK's cosmetics, so if you plan on picking up their stuff, consider using their code. And with that said, I'll see you champs and champettes tomorrow with another YouTube video. Peace out.